Hi there, this is part 2 of the lesson read aloud for lesson 4.02, starting with the coming of the railroads. Steam power freed the imaginations of inventors keen on building machines that carried their own energy sources. In 1814, Britain's George Stephenson, the father of the railroad, George Stephenson, the father of the railroad, invented a steam-powered locomotive to take coal from a mine to a dock. In 1829, a British company held a competition to decide which locomotives to use on a new railway. Stephenson's masterpiece, which he called the Rocket, blew away the competition, reaching the then amazing speed of 24 miles per hour pulling passengers and 12.5 miles per hour pulling freight. The first American to build a locomotive, John Stevens, created an early model in 1825, but only managed to chug slowly around a circular track. America already had railroad tracks, but along these tracks, horses, not locomotives, pulled the heavy cars. When construction for the first American railroad, designed for steam-powered locomotives, began in 1828, no train could handle its slopes and curves. Horses pulled the cars, while engineers worked on a suitable locomotive for the Baltimore and Ohio, the B&O track. Ever hear of that? B&O Railroad, like Monopoly? Everyone was so very optimistic about the B&O. The last living signer of the Declaration of Independence, 91-year-old Charles Carroll, dug the first shovelful of soil on July 4, 1828. He then proclaimed, "I consider this among the most important acts of my life, second only to my signing the Declaration of Independence, even if it be second to that." In 1830, a coachmaker named Peter Cooper built a small locomotive that worked on the B&O. He nicknamed it the Tom Thumb. Although in a race with a horse towing a wagon, the locomotive lost, it broke down, the future of overland transportation was clear for all to see. New railroads quickly cropped up across the country. By the end of the 1830s, 450 locomotives rolled over 3,200 miles of track on more than 200 separate rail lines. The country boasted more than double the track of all of Europe. Now American farmers could not only use canals and steamships, but also railroads to get their crops to the East Coast and the world beyond. All these improvements in transportation, including roads, canals, steamboats, and railroads, made it possible for the American West to become a major source of grain for the nation and the world. Early trains did not resemble the mammoth locomotives of modern times. More than anything, they looked like stage coaches on tracks, but they did make the rapid movement of people, produce, and supplies possible. Canals might freeze in the winter, but shippers could use the rails year-round. Building and maintaining the railroads further fueled the economy, as thousands of new workers were hired and investors poured money into coal, lumber, iron, and steel industries. Okay, we'll stop there and go back to the lesson. Okay, make sure that you have your reading guide and check your answers with the lesson answer key. And let's read here. Improvements in transportation in the early 19th century included better roads, new canals, steamboats, and railroads. This revolution in transportation opened trade between the Northeast and the Old Northwest and West. It helped turn America's economy into a market economy. One improvement was building more and better roads, including turnpikes. Click Turnpikes below to learn about the origins of the turnpike. So that's referring to click on that here to learn about that history. And continuing on. And there's a virtual field trip you can take a look at about major transportation innovations that happened during this time. And, you'll use these links here to finish up your tow packs and tracks sheet, and that's important because you'll need that for your checkpoint at the end of the lesson. Okay, and there's the websites, and then make sure, like I said, that you complete the tow packs and tracks sheet so you can get the answers on the checkpoint. If you have any questions, please let your teachers know. Thanks.